What's going on, everybody? Chris from Chris's Treasure Chest. Another edition of Ventures in Reselling. I'm going to bring my buddy Scotty in. He's in the green room. Scotty, what's going on, my friend?
Not too much, Chris. How's it going?
What do we got? Another 2 weeks, and I'm ready. I've been saving all my pennies and my dollars under my mattress.
Please.
When the thrift stores open, I'll be the first one in line.
I hope it's 2 weeks and 2 weeks only.
I hope so, man. But you've seen my videos. I've got some good stuff. I've been watching your videos, and you've got some good stuff. And we'll get through it.
I videotaped some more stuff, but I haven't put the videos out yet. So
okay.
I got to put those videos out. So
well, let some people get in the room. So how was we spoke last Sunday, so it's been a few days. So what's been going on?
It's been busy. We did a pick, then we did an estate pick, and then we did a store pick, and it's been busy.
And a lead from
Tom. That's 100%, Mr. Collins.
Yes.
And, yes. And that's not till Friday. The arrangement was for Friday, so I'm going to go pick that stuff up, and I'll do a complete video on that as well. So
I think he's getting some good traction there, Scotty. He's getting leads.
He's getting leads. Now, I think the secret is he put out he paid $10. He put out an ad on Facebook or something like that. Mm-hmm. And from that, he's been getting tons of leads. So
yeah, good for him. He's in the room now, and maybe he'll comment on how it's been going. So
yeah, and the guy that I talked to today, that like he's like it seems to me like it's an empty house. They got to sell the house. It's very similar to the pick we just did by word of mouth. It had nothing to do with this, but this is an empty house, and they got to get rid of the contents. A lot of the family members, he said, came in and got stuff, and then they sold a few things probably to like other types of relatives and friends. Yeah, and now everything's got to go. So could be really good.
Yeah, well, these are the things you want.
Yep.
Because once you get there, you're going to look around and you're going to say, "What are you doing with that?" Well, I'm going to throw it out. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because he doesn't know what's valuable to him. It might look like junk, and you know that.
100%. Yes.
So somebody maybe said to him, that glass is worth big money, but all this stuff is crap.
Well, and 100%. But then there's the other aspect, like we were just at today.
Yeah.
The house is probably going to go for $500,000. You know what I mean? And that's a small little, probably 1930s, 1920s house. Small, very small. The property was big. And the basics is they knew there was value in there. She knew there was value. She almost could tell you what things were worth. She still had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because when you're a reseller, the whole idea is everyone knows that watches this, I'm sure, is that you got a place, you've got a system. You've got a place to store it. Mm-hmm. You've got a booth to put it in, a store to put it in. You're willing to hang on to it for, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it takes. They don't have that system set up, so they have to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's got to go somewhere, right?
It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So they're happy to get anything for it.
So any garage sales out by you? Have you seen any?
No, just one. We are in lockdown, so I was surprised to see that one. Sorry. My allergies are acting up, so I got to drink a little bit. So I think that's another reason we were able to get some of these, by word of mouth estate sales, because they can't really have yard sales and stuff. So
let me just get rid of that. Let's see who's in the room, Scotty. Let's see who's in the room. Carl. How are you, Carl? As always, welcome.
Hey, Carl.
That was old school Mike. How are you, Mike?
Old school Mike.
TNT. Good day.
TNT. Mr. Tom Collins himself.
Buddy Tom.
Debbie.
Hello, Debbie. There's Dan and Jen. Thank you for coming back.
And Milford Station. Thank you, Milford Station. You know what I'm thanking you for. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I didn't watch their video. I had it written down right here. I got it right here. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I subscribed. I apologize. I had estate picks. We had tons of picks. I haven't listed anything. Things have been selling. It's been an absolute crazy day, but I 100% am absolutely looking forward to watching their videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it tonight once we're off. I promise.
I think I looked, and I think it was around 6 or 7 videos. So I absolutely 100% apologize because it's absolutely on my agenda. I subscribe to you guys, so.
Hello from Winnipeg. How are you? Okay, so we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
We've got people in the room, Scotty, and what we're gonna do, guys. This show is more on reselling and what's going on. It was rare that Scotty and I had Tom last week, but we really wanted to share that platform. Tom's done a lot of work. He's worked really hard at it, and we are starting to now see returns on it. And if you guys missed it, check out last Wednesday's live show, mine, and I'll explain everything. But today, here's the agenda for today, guys, and we'll see how long it takes us. I had this up earlier. It was up. eBay scammer. I sold something, and eBay told me to cancel the sale. I'm going to tell you what happened. It's never happened to me before. A very, very interesting story there. I've got a little short video clip to show you. This is new to eBay. For those of you that have been with us for a little bit while, they've been doing it now for watches, I think, Scotty, jewelry, stuff like that, right? Over $750.
Yeah.
So you buy something, it goes to an appraiser. The appraiser looks at it, verifies it's authentic, then it's shipped out to the buyer. There's no charges for this at all. And they're doing it for sneakers now, which is interesting because I just saw something else online where they're going to be looking at sports cards, graded sports cards, Scotty. Anything that's graded, electronically graded. So that is a key. That's going to open up a huge, huge market for these collectors that buy big money collectibles, all right? Because they're protected. And eBay needs to go that way. And then for the last half, we'll do a little bit of show and tell. Scotty and I will show you what we found and what we paid and maybe what we're going to sell them for. And you guys are more than happy to interact on the side here. Let's go back in.
Yeah. I'm going to add one more thing quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott. Yeah.
Milford Station, I am going to go and watch some of your videos. I'm also going to put information for a link to my to an email address so that when you guys are ready to come on and do like an interview type thing, like be a guest, that'll be the way to communicate to me. And I looked at my email, a few times a day. I'm always checking email. So if that works for you guys. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, Scotty, let me just see if I can do this right now. Let me see this here. Let me go back. Okay, good. So that's there. So guys, I want to tell you a little story. And I'm going to go back to the banners. And it's about this. And Scotty, we've talked about scammers how many times? Many different scams, address scams, mail it to here, or I'll send it here, or do this or do that. There is always going to be scammers in this business, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
So this one was a little bit strange. I sold an Xbox console, okay? Sold it to a guy. He had like 128 feedback. Looked like a legit. He paid right away. And he bought it on the weekend. So I don't usually ship till Monday or Tuesday after weekend sales. I let the things process. And maybe I was a little bit lazy on Monday, or I didn't have a box to put in, whatever. So I sent him a message, thank you for the purchase, and it'll ship out Tuesday. So Monday night, late, I processed the shipping label. Okay. Yeah. And I tried to do it on Shippo for some reason, and it was giving me this crazy, crazy rate. Way more than what he was supposed to pay. I don't know if there was a glitch in the system. So I went back out, and I went to eBay labels and just used them. I could have went to Canada Post and did it there, whatever. I just thought, I'm going to do it here, just get the thing done, put the label on, and I'll ship it out in the morning. So in the morning, grab a cup of coffee, and I'm going through my emails, and I get this. I'm going to see if we can share this here. I'm going to see if I can blow. I don't know if I can blow this up a little bit bigger, but I'm going to go to the screen. Let me go out here, guys, and I'll read it to you. Hello, DIDI Sales Canada. So this is an MC098 suspicious buyer for item. They said they had to cancel the bid for an Xbox One with a controller and yada, 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 because they aren't registered. And we recommend you take the following actions. If you haven't received payment, don't complete the sale or send the item to the buyer. Don't communicate with the buyer. Verify any payments that have been notified by the buyer by logging into your PayPal account or other payment service. If the buyer requests a refund, don't send any money without contacting eBay. And it went on and on and on. And the one key thing here was, if you've already sent the item, try contacting the shipping carrier to find out if you can stop shipment. So I'm like, I've never received one of these before, Scotty.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at it. The box is ready to go. The label's on it. I contact eBay. I say, hello, I got this message. Thank you for contacting us, Chris. This gentleman is no longer an eBay customer, buying or selling. Where's the item? I said, it's to the left of me. Okay, we have to cancel the label and we have to cancel the order right away. I said, can I ask you why? He has been buying, he's a fraudulent buyer. He's been buying multiple items in a month, and he's been claiming that he hasn't received them. I said, okay, great. So what do you want to do? So she showed me how to cancel the label. She showed me how to cancel the order, Scotty. And I said to her, what would have happened if I mailed this out? If I didn't see your email today? She goes, well, we would have had a bit of a problem. We would protect you as a seller, because if he went to his credit card company or his bank and said, I never received it, or I never ordered this, or whatever, I was going to get, I'd be guaranteed the money, my money back. Don't worry. I'd have to go and fight for it, but I'd have to go back. But the problem, she said, if they caught him, he was stolen, depending on what state he lived in, they would have to get the police involved. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I took the label off the box. Thank God I never shipped it, right? And I have a 3-day handling time on all my orders. And moving forward, I'm not going to ship right away. I'm going to wait 24 hours to see if, who knows what's going to happen, right? And Rally Roots, if you watch their channel, the guys that sell t-shirts in the States, he just had a really weird one with an address as well, that he was contacted by eBay. So the scams are circulating out there, Scotty.
Yeah.
So rarely, very rarely. And anyways, I relisted the Xbox the next day. It sold a day and a half later. But the nice thing about it, it was already packaged in the box.
Yeah, it's all ready to go.
All I had to do was put the label on top of it. So that is a crazy story. I've never seen eBay contact me and say cancel the order. Very, very rare. Very rare. All right, let's see who's in here, Scotty.
All right.
Milford. Oh, Stacy.
Yeah.
Hey, Stacy, what's going on?
How's it going, Stacy?
I've never seen one. Yeah, Carl, it was the weirdest thing. I've never seen a message like that from eBay. Yes.
Is Tom new? New guy?
Yeah, Tom, how are you? I think, Tom, I don't know. I think you were in one other time. I don't know if you've ever commented. I think you've been in the background. Please let us know.
Good to see you, Tom.
Yeah, good to see you.
And Stacy's doing good. Good.
Awesome. Yeah, so in Ontario, they want you to get a police report. I don't use PayPal anymore, unfortunately, so it doesn't really. What do you think a police report's going to get you on eBay, Scotty?
Well, I just think it makes official, right? It makes it official. Something probably their security on the behalf of PayPal would need that for their files.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just something. It's probably another step that puts like you're not gonna if it's a $10 item, you're probably not going to do it so they can wash their hands. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They
Yeah.
get some get us a police report and then we'll deal with it. Well, you're not going to go do it for $10. You're just gonna, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah. It's
it's
kind of like that motorcycle back I got. The guy tried to scam me on with the bank, and I eventually won the $490 case.
yeah.
So,
Well, for $400, you're probably going to go get a police report, right?
yeah. Yeah.
But the police aren't going to do shit.
No,
You're going to go get a police report, and they're going to say, "Why are you bothering us?" It might even be out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Right? Like if the guy's in Florida,
What are they going to do?
That's not in our jurisdiction. You got to go deal with it there. You know what I mean? Like what happens if? So they're not going to deal with it. They don't care.
Yeah, you phone Tampa, Florida, and tell the cops there what's going on. Where are you calling from? Milton. Click.
Yeah. Well, in the OPP here aren't going to do shit. No. They don't care. I mean, if it was Ontario within Ontario, they might entertain it a little bit, but they're busy. They don't care.
Yeah. There's Tom. Subscribed a couple of weeks ago, learning more about general selling. Well, welcome. Hope you learned something.
And to be honest with you, Chris, I wouldn't want taxpayers' dollars having the police involved in something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, eBay and Etsy and all those guys, they should be taking care of this crap.
Yeah, they got their own thing for sure.
You know, right?
Yeah.
They should be protecting. They should be protecting the sellers.
Yeah. What are we going to have? Like a crime unit in every OPP station for that, or it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Here's Tom. He's got a bunch of comments. I bought a collectible package tracked to my house, opened it up, and it wasn't what I ordered. $500. Okay, that's a considerable amount, right?
Yeah.
Client said he definitely sent it in order to get my money back. I had to get a police report, and then PayPal gave me my money back. Really? Interesting. Are you in Canada, Tom? Yeah, he said Ontario. In Ontario. Yeah, he's in Canada.
By Montreal or
Toronto. Okay.
So, that's at least within Canada. So makes a little bit more sense for sure.
Oh. 24 hours. Oh, okay.
You know what? Maybe they have enough of this and they've got some sort of system down the OPP where they just do a random, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe because he bought it from a guy in Montreal. What happens if the guy was in Florida?
I'd be interested, Tom, to know, do you do an online report or do you fill out a form?
Yeah.
And or I doubt a police officer is going to take that. They're just going to say, go fill out a form or go online and fill out the form online. And then it's all automated. Be interesting to know.
Yep.
When you walked into the division. Huh.
I have sold 2,500 items. Only time I had to ever go to police station.
Right.
That's not a bad ratio, though, Tom.
But he had to go not for a sale, but for a purchase, right?
For a purchase, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Obey calm. Obey calm.
Obey calm. I don't know how to spell that. Say that. Oh.
I signed up for the new eBay payment system and I accepted USD payment, but my bank account is not USD. You have to set up a US bank account if you're in Canada, if that's what you're referring to, so that they can pay you in US funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He couldn't do it online, so he had to go to the station.
Yeah, I just want, when you're at the station, if it was a form or how you have to do that. But anyway, that's interesting. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Tom. Mr. Retro Guy in the house.
Man, Retro's here. What's up, Ken? Should start up a group that protects eBay sellers. My Vinny and Tony.
They'd be very busy breaking legs, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It's a big problem. Very funny. Very, very funny. All right. So, Scotty, back to, and I'm not trying to rush this, but we've got a short video to show you guys for those of you in the room. eBay, I don't know, what was it about? A year ago, Scotty, maybe? Where they had if you bought jewelry or no, watches, especially watches, and there's so many counterfeit watches out there and purses and whatnot. So let's say you bought a Gucci watch and you paid $1,200 for it, right, Scotty?
Yep.
The person that bought it, before it gets to them, it's got to be $750 or more, okay?
Right.
That it has to go to somebody that can verify the watch is real. So that gets sent there. That person analyzes the watch, verifies the watch is real. Then that person sends it to the buyer, verifying it's authentic 100%, right? And eBay launched this to get rid of counterfeits.
Right.
So the program's been working very well from them, I think. And we're going to play a little short video here. So you want to comment on that system, Scotty, before I do anything?
The system of verification.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. And if we had that in Canada, which I understand we don't yet, if we had that in Canada, I would use it for everything, and I would absolutely start sending high end stuff.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
but who wants to pay $300 for an $800 item and then get ripped off?
Yeah,
right. So I think it makes total sense.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, and in reading after you guys watch the video, it'll make more sense. But I think they're going to start going into digital format for sports cards. There's so much out there being collectible, and the grading people out there. And I wish Thrift was in the room. Thrift Beast, he'll tell you, they are so backed up on verifying signatures and cards and comic books and all this. It is going to that level. And I think this is the next level of collecting these types of items, right?
Well,
verifying
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question quickly, Chris.
Yeah.
They're not grading though, right? They're not getting into the grading business. They're just verifying the grade.
Yes.
Okay.
So if it's a card is graded 8.8 by this company, to make sure it's authentic, it will go to this guy. He'll look at it going, yeah. And you'll see after the video, they put a tag on it, whatever. It goes to the buyer. That buyer is now guaranteed it's 100% legit. So,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if eBay, as a business for eBay, should get into the grading business.
Do they want to, though? I don't know.
The companies that are out there can't even keep up with it. So the business is there right now.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
But I think eBay, they're taking it from a garage sale business of where you're going to buy a couple of Wayne Gretzky's cards for $20. But if you can get them graded and they're good shape, those cards can turn into $200 to $300 cards.
Right.
So they're bumping up a marketplace where you can buy legitimate,
right,
guaranteed, appraised, or verified, let's say, items.
Yep.
Right?
100%. Yep. And as a buyer, you'd feel way more comfortable under that. So you're
protected.
You're protected. As a seller, you're protected, but under buyer, you're protected too.
Exactly.
Right? So
okay, let's go back.
I think that's I think that's a really great move.
It cost them $70 to do the.
Well, that makes sense too. If the police can press a button and print out a form for $70, they're all over that because the government's making money.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way to get back. So he paid $70 to get his $500 back through PayPal. That's okay.
Well, yeah. It's unfortunate you have to lose $70, but it's better than losing $500. Yep.
That's my
Well,
game.
that's
Sports cards.
okay. Now we had a chance to buy a ton of sports cards, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Well,
I don't know.
you didn't know what they were worth. They wanted too much, or what?
It was baseball and hockey, and to me,
What year?
I would say most of it was in the 80s.
Yeah, the
But
80s.
there could have been some older stuff.
Yeah, you want to go older. 80s was that tough time when everybody started collecting.
That's why I didn't
And
do it.
they made massive amounts of cards. Everybody made them, and kids were running to buy packs and blister packs, and
There was probably 30 books this thick, like photo album type books and it was each one was full, and then there was boxes as well, and I couldn't do it. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, when I see like 80s, 90s, I just forget it. I don't even look. You
Well,
want
I looked,
50s,
and
60s, and
if they were
70s.
old, yeah, I was interested if they were old, or I saw Michael Jordan,
Yeah. That's a little bit different.
but there was no basketball. It was all hockey.
I think there might be issues. Let's talk about the grading. 1 year wait. Yeah, that's what we're hearing. 1 year. That's a long time. If you got a lot of sports cards invested and you got to wait a year, wow.
Well, I mean, 6 months is a long time in that industry, I think.
Well, let me just catch up here and we'll play the video and you guys can comment. You want to pay 300 Canadian, you can rush the grading to approximately 2 months. It's got to be one hell of a sports card to rush it that much. 87 to 92. There you go. There's Tom, the sports card seller.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, probably rookies and key special cards and stuff like that. 10 cents a card. I can't make any money doing that. $97.
If they are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a bunch of hockey cards there. I saw that, Tom.
I will just put them in auction, yeah.
Yeah. I hate when that happens. You list something and you think it's a good price, and then it sells, and you're like, "Uh-oh,
yeah,
it's not the price that I wanted."
How's my clarity? Is it choppy or is it okay?
No, you're good, brother. You're good. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, guys, we're going to go to the video. I'm going to add this here. Let me go blow it up. It's only like a 48-second video. Have a look. And this is what they're doing for sneakers. I played it for Scotty earlier, so he's familiar with it. Let's get this thing open. You see that, Scotty? Okay, is it bigger?
Yeah, looks great. Yep.
Okay, let's go.
It's hard to figure out if the sneakers you want are real. But when you buy eligible sneakers on eBay, you can be confident they're genuine because every pair goes through a meticulous authentication process. Introducing eBay Authenticity Guarantee. First, the sneakers you've purchased are inspected by a team of professional authenticators who carefully examine the shoes, including color, pattern, logos, and materials. Then they're measured and compared to the eBay listing to make sure they match. Even the laces, accessories, and box are checked. Once your sneakers are verified, they receive an authenticity tag, and every tag is NFC enabled so you can see the detailed specs. eBay Authenticity Guarantee. No fakes, no fraud, no doubt.
So there you have it, guys. Let me get back in the room here. So there you have it. That's what they're doing. Oh, sorry, guys. What did I do here? We got a video playing in the background, Scotty. Hey, Joel, how are you? So that's what they're doing, Scotty, and I commend them. I think it's a good idea. That electronic tag that you're able to scan, and you're able to see the sale date, I guess, who verified it and everything else. I think that's awesome because even if you go to resell it, that will always be there.
Yeah.
So you could say, I bought a pair of Jordans. I paid $1,200. Bought it for this guy in New Jersey. eBay, send it to their verification certificate place. They have a tag on it, and that's included. So even, helps collectors and helps resellers.
100%.
I have a non-related question to anyone. When making a new contact after making a purchase, and a few days later they make you an offer of some low margin items that you don't want, take it or say no. Making a purchase.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go. I don't know, Carl. I unless you want it, like that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. To me, it depends. If I can buy it and resell, I don't know if you're going to keep it or not, right? So, yeah, that's the video that I got off the Canadian site, TNT. So that's what I decided to play for you guys. Now, I don't know if it must be in Canada if it's listed on our site. So I'll get some more information and let you guys know. Hello from Alberta. Welcome. Oh boy, this is a funny story. Okay, Camera Girl 1 and I are driving a few days ago. I got a bunch of colleagues at work and friends that are buying these Bitcoin, all this electronic currency, whatever you want to call it. So Camera Girl 1 says to me, she says, maybe we should put some money into it. And I'm going, I don't know. I like the good old dollar bill that goes into a bank and I can see there's a value. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
So I see the news today, 50% decrease.
Yep.
Over the last 3 days on Bitcoin. Then you have the other ones that are up and down. It came back up again. Look, if you want to play the game, I think this game is for where you're in front of your computer. I don't think you should put Bitcoin 100% into your portfolio. Maybe put a little bit to play with it. And as it goes up and down, buy and sell it and try to make a little bit of money. That's the only advice I can give you. Me, it's not my game. It's not my game. It's not something I would do. I'm a good old buy and sell guy. I know what my margins are, and I'm like Scotty. At the end of the day, buy low, sell high, put the money in my jeans. What do you think, Scotty? What do you say about Bitcoin?
I don't know. It's a tough call. I think it's too rich for me right now. I mean, some people say it's going to go to 100 grand. I heard people say it's going to go to $1 million. I'm surprised to see it went to 75,000 Canadian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to buy it when it was 300. I was almost convinced to buy it when it was at 3,000. And I don't know. Like, if a guy's sitting there buying a house by cashing in his Bitcoin, how do I argue to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing is, here's the thing about Bitcoin. Here's the thing. From my understanding, Bitcoin was set up so that it could go from person to person, and the government is out of the transaction.
Yeah.
Well, the government's not out of the transaction because you have to set up an account where they can monitor your buying and selling.
Yeah. The money's got to come from somewhere, right?
They might not know how much Bitcoin you're buying, but they'll know how much you put in and how much you come out with.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay taxes on that. So in my mind, they've got to, it's not what it's set up to be.
Yeah. Well,
so
China,
if there was something totally set up where the government has no clue, you can buy and sell and all this kind of stuff with it, I think that might be interesting. But to me, I think there's a lot of money laundering. I think there's a lot of corruption in there. I think it has a really neat concept. And I know if the dollar sell or flops at any time, which could totally happen, it's happened in the past, it could happen again, then things like maybe Bitcoin is good, silver, gold. There's going to be a lot of things that you can put your money into to save it. But that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, I hear you, brother. I don't know.
I haven't bought any. I know people who have, and they've done well. They've done well with it. because
Yeah.
they bought in early. I don't know. Maybe it's now too late. I don't know. There's some big players in Bitcoin. Like the Winklevosses have tons of it. Like there's some big players in it.
Well,
What
the
put
Chinese,
put it this way. Yeah,
right? They
yeah.
said today or yesterday they're not going to use it as currency in that country.
Well, they go back and forth on it, but if that's what they said today, that's why it dropped. But what happens if one day we wake up and Amazon says we're starting to accept Bitcoin?
Then it's a different game.
It's a different game now, right? Then you're too late because it's going to go boom. It's going to go skyrocket. So I don't know. I understand the investment side of it. I think it's too rich right now. I wish I would have gotten in $3,000 or $300, that kind of thing. But to me, I'll go buy silver and gold. I'll hoard my silver, But that's my 2 cents. I don't know.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
At the end of the day, there's a few minions, peasants like us that might get a little piece of the pie, but it's these big conglomerates that they always win. You know what I mean? Okay, so back in the 30s, I think it was in the 30s, the government came and confiscated everybody's gold. What if all of a sudden they wake up one day and you've got $1 million of Bitcoin and they say, if you're caught trading Bitcoin or using Bitcoin, you're going to go to jail for 10 years. Then what do you do? Because if they can't control it, they're not going to let you have it.
Well, the other issue too, with what's going on with COVID, and Canada and the U.S. are paying all this money out to help people. But we don't have it. We just keep printing it and going into an actual deficit. Is paper or money going to be obsolete, and it's going to be all turned into this, virtual electronic money?
I absolutely think it'll be a virtual.
Right?
Absolutely, it's coming to that, but it's going to be a government issued one. It won't be one that someone on the street controls. It's going to be they control it, and if you are caught doing anything else, you're going to go to jail for 10, 20, 50 years.
Because the government's going to have to control. They're going to say, okay, you want to buy a car? You can use Bitcoin. You want to buy a house? You can use Bitcoin. You want to buy groceries? You can use Bitcoin. They have to make it universal throughout the country. You just can't have two ways to pay. It's not like going to be MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and debit and cash and Bitcoin. It may be an option, but they have to authorize it, Scotty. Excuse me.
They have to control it.
Exactly.
They have to control it, or they don't control you. And everyone will say, and I know the argument, and I think it's great. I like the idea, but they'll say, well, that's the whole purpose of Bitcoin, is so that people have their own control. But if the government comes around and says, if you're caught dealing with Bitcoin, we're going to put you in jail for 10 years because it's an illegal currency or it's illegal use, just like a drug, just like anything else. They can make it legal or not legal.
Yeah.
And they throw you in jail. Well, you can fight it, but you're in jail for 10 years fighting this.
Yeah.
Like, all I'm saying is they're going to control it. It's just like gold. Back in the 30s, they confiscate. You had to turn your gold, right? Yeah. So they will come and do those things. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Yeah. If they don't have control, they will do something to make themselves have control.
Well, look at just China. China just said no way. What happens if the UK says no way? US says no way, and can't. The thing's going to crash, and all these people are going to be trying to sell off. They're going to lose millions of dollars.
But the reason it went up to begin with is because China said that they will okay it.
Yeah.
So they will dump a bunch of money in. They'll okay it. Everybody jumps on, and then they're not okay it. It'll go down, and then they say, "Well, have a second thought. We're going to use it." That's the game they play. But China was the first one that said that they would use it.
Oh my God!
Well, I don't know about the first one, but they were one of the bigger ones.
So. Well, I've been watching these guys online. They're making these mining rigs, and it costs. Like, the problem is, if you're in an area where you have bad internet, you need high speed for this thing to run unlimited, and it costs you a lot of money to build these rigs. And I see people selling them for $50,000 to $100,000, guaranteed to make $4,000 a month, running 24 hours a day.
I think there's even websites like if you click onto something, it allows them to come in and use your own computer to
Yeah.
mine Bitcoin with you not even knowing.
Yeah.
Like there's like all sorts of different like weird things going on. So, do I wish I would have bought Bitcoin at 300? 100%. Do I wish I bought it at 3,000? 100%.
Yeah.
Would I buy it now? No.
No.
Do I think it's going to be a long-term thing? I'd be surprised.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Oksana, how are you? You missed our show on Sunday. You would have loved it.
She was busy.
She was
I'm
busy.
sure.
You have to watch it.
But Oksana, we had a girl, and she was really good. She was a great guest.
She was great. You would have loved it.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Go to the casino instead. I tried that. I didn't make any money. Yeah, it just crashed. Yeah, down 40%.
But you know what? Everything crashes. Everything goes up. Bitcoin's crashed before. Bitcoin went up to over 20,000 and it went down to 3 and then it went back up to 78. So it's going to have its corrections. But
yeah, she's buying the uranium. I think Oksana's buying the new stuff, the lower price stuff that is more affordable. There's different ones out there, Scotty.
Yep.
Scotty the criminal.
How am I the criminal all of a sudden? Hey, Harry the milk bottle.
Harry likes the milk bottles. Forget about
Harry, I got something I'm going to show you, dude. It's when we do the show and tell.
Yeah, we're doing show and tell shortly. We're almost 41 minutes in.
There's a lot of corruption with real flat money too, and that's why I think we're eventually. And I'm not an Einstein on this. They've talked about it a lot, but I think it's going to go to you're going to have a card, maybe a chip in the card, or it's going to be all electronic, and which is basically crypto, which is basically what we have now. Go try to take 10,000 or 5,000 out of the bank. You won't get it. You need to give them a couple days advance, so they don't have it. So, absolutely,
yeah, that's the
absolutely one. Agree with you guys, Milford Station. 100%. I agree.
Now, this is a good topic. NFTs. This is something eBay is looking into right now, believe it or not. And I was going to do an episode about it. We're not going to talk about it today. I'm going to pull more information, but this is a very interesting, hot topic, and we'll do an episode on it.
Can you fill me in on an NFT?
I'll show you an article. Let me get over here. I'm going to show you something, Scotty, on eBay. How do I get back? Give me a second.
Agree with you, Carl, by the way, on that comment.
Okay,
if Bitcoin went back down to 3,000, Chris, would you invest in it?
Dude, I don't know.
Starts to get tempting again, right? Greed starts.
Yeah. So NFTs, Scotty, so you know, they're non-fungible tokens, cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they call it. So eBay is now looking at, I'm going to see if I can, they call them digital or tech lend. Let me see if I can bring this one up here and show you guys. I got to go back and switch that picture out because it's in my way. Let's see if we can go here.
I mean, this is kind of off from reselling, but I really enjoy talking about these kind of topics myself.
Yeah, it's different.
I like hearing people's opinions.
It's very, very different. Let me go to Windows here. And here it is, share. Do you see that?
Yep.
So this is from the community members news. This came out on the 11th, and I was going to do a whole article on this. And this is eBay and digital collectibles, tech lend. And you see down here, I'm going to try to move it down. I got to go back out of here. You see where it says here, NFT? Non-fungible token. You see it right here? And they gave a good example.
Small, but yeah.
Yeah. So here there was headlines of a digital artwork by Beeple, Beepl, that went for $69 million.
Now, this is what Thrift Beast and Tim were talking about.
Exactly. That's what they were talking about. So
All right.
I was going to do a show on, it's hard to see because we got to, but if there is a whole, my God, another topic for another day on this, right? So,
yep.
Something I don't know enough about, but, why? What's Tom saying? Oh, here we go. Thea is around $10 a coin. 3 or 5 years it will be up. See, everybody's on this shit, man. Bought it at 12 cents per coin. See, Tom's into it.
Yeah.
They're all talking back and forth on the mining and yeah, you do, Tom. You know what? You should do a show on your mine. I would like to see that because I know Tom does mine. $30 out of thin air.
What's that mean?
He mines his own Bitcoin. Tom's got a mining machine rig, so he makes $30 a day mining it.
Just appears. Just goes. Yeah, that's cool.
But you know what? I don't. The thing is, okay. So you make the $30. So the $30 is here. It's not. It's not really in your bank account. Like, do you convert it from $30 to 30 Canadian dollars, and then you can go buy a cheeseburger tomorrow, or is it virtually in another place, cryptocurrency, in cyberspace, like you said?
Well. They have Bitcoin bank machines, like ATMs.
Yeah, there's one at my gas station. They just put one in the other day.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that gives it some credibility in a way, I guess. But at the same time, I think the transaction cost is so much that you lose a lot on transactions, right? So,
the insulator Bitcoin, the future, the insulator Bitcoin. So Facebook is supposed to come out with their own. And really, I didn't know that. Digital content art. All right, so we're caught up, Scotty. 47 minutes in. It's time for show and tell. I told camera girl I gotta get some special effects graphics, fireworks for show and tell, some music this time. No, we're at show and tell, Scotty. What do you have? You want to grab something? Or you want to talk about it? Or what do you want to do?
I brought a few things here. I'll start off slow and build my way up to what I think is the best. But,
Go ahead.
Harry, hopefully Harry's in the room when I show the good. What I think he'll like the best. What's Carl just put up a comment there?
Yeah, I gotta see that. I bought an Amazon gift card once with Bitcoin. Used the gift card, but the exchange cost was huge. You really want to be buying and selling in Bitcoin and not going back to the Canadian dollar. Exactly what you said, Scotty. Okay.
Good stuff, Carl.
What do we got, buddy? What do you got to show us today?
All right. Well, I did a little estate sale. I'm going to start off slow. But for you guys that go out in the estate sales, some people don't really know the antiques and stuff like that. This one's a little bit rusted. But these little planes can actually hold some pretty good value. If it wasn't so rusted.
Oh, let me flip you over here, buddy. Let me get you solo. Here we go. How's that?
Yeah. So the official name, I looked it up on eBay. I guess it's considered a squirrel tail handle. Just a little plane, wood plane. Has number 100 on it. If you can see it there. A little rusty, in good condition. You're probably looking at $100. This condition, I'll probably put it in the booth for $45. If it was in really good condition, I might even sell it online, but I just don't want to have a complaint about it. But people in the booth can come pick it up. They can look at it for themselves. I think they can go even more than that, but I just wanted to share that. I got that in a little pic. And when you bulk things together, they don't really see these.
How old is that, Scotty?
How old is it?
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't know, but it would go back. I would assume it's probably got to go back to probably the 1920s.
Very cool.
That is my guess. It could be older, but that's my guess.
That's very cool.
But it's something that you would like. I've sold the big ones with Stanley on it and stuff, and it's embossed, and it's I've got $80 for them, and I've got 12 for number 8s and stuff like that. So so they do vary in value. But yeah, so you see one of these little guys, it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
You turn this little screw, there's a blade in there and everything. So somebody will probably repurpose this, clean it all up, and somebody else might just display it just the way it is. They'll put it with their collection, but that's a small one.
Vintage tools, Scotty.
Vintage tools sell well. They're all over the board. If you can buy them in bulk, they're anywhere from $2-3 per piece and different things, to bundling them up and getting $30-$40 to some pieces like this that probably get $40-$50 out of it. Could be $100 if it was in really good shape, or even more if it was in really fantastic shape, maybe $125.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, a lot of people use it for decorative too, right?
Absolutely. And they collect them, right? And the small stuff sometimes is easier to collect, right? You just throw that on the shelf. It doesn't take up much room. It still looks good. And yeah.
Little cutie, Carl says.
Little cutie. Wow.
Jeez.
Carl, would you pick that up if you saw it in a thrift store?
I'd buy it. I've learned from you, Scotty. That's why.
I learned from all you guys, so we all learned together.
Okay, so for myself, I've got photos here, guys. And I hope this comes out here. Because I've already had these things listed. So this goes back to my pick the other day with that gentleman. Let me go here. That I got the PS3 from, Scotty. Remember that?
Yep.
Well, this is a bunch of phones. And in that video, I didn't, like I usually when I do pick stuff up, I bring it home. I kind of go through it and show you guys. I kind of didn't do that in great detail when I was at the guy's place, but I learned a lot about phones, vintage phones. And Scotty, thank you for taking my call that day. I was kind of explaining to you what they were, and I think I did very, very well.
You did do very well. Yeah,
I'm at 140 in, and when you see what these things go for, I like this one here. This is from Western Electric. This is from Bell Systems, they called it back then. This is a Space Saver 43A rotary telephone. And the cool thing here, Scotty, it's got the original phone number.
Nice. Yeah.
You see right in there?
Is it like 4 numbers or something?
Yeah, it's like 9991.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So this here I've got on for $149.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple of offers already. I turned them down. I know this sells for, if in the middle there, if that had the Bell logo, $189 all day long. But because it doesn't have the Bell logo in there, it's got the phone number. I'm hoping to get $149, if $139. So that's what I'm hoping to get.
And if it was like a different color too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If that was like pink or red, forget about it. $200.
Yeah. So that was one of the ones I got off of him. So I picked up the PlayStation 3 with all those games for $125, and then I spent $140 for the rest of the items, and you'll see what I'll get from. But I learned so much about telephones from this haul.
Yeah. Are you going to show one that is yellow?
I don't have one that's yellow.
You bought something that was yellow. Are you going to show that?
No. It wasn't a vintage phone. It was a
I know what it is. It is.
Yeah, I'll show that one. Yeah, I'll show that one.
Okay, I'll wait then. I got to comment on that.
Okay.
Later then.
All right. So let's see who's that. Carl, little cutie. Carl would buy it. Yes.
Nice.
He would buy it. Okay.
And you could probably pick them up for like $5. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it is. It's cool. All right, Scotty. Oh, here we go. Another one. Let's catch up. bought off of me on eBay for local pickup. Was a reseller, bought stuff off of him. Back and forth. Very funny. It happens.
It
100%.
happens for sure. I do it all the time. I've got vendors that buy certain things off me, and then I'll go through their booth. I'll buy certain things off them. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Awesome.
So
All
for
right.
for those of you in the room, I see I just jumped up. Show and tell time. You missed a little bit earlier. If you want to rewatch it on the later on or tomorrow, more than that, you should look at it. Some information on sneakers and on a scam that I got scammed on, but eBay saved my ass. Anyway, Scotty, go ahead. You're next.
Yeah. So if Harry's in the room, he probably would have liked this.
Let me blow you up. There you go. There you
But he
go.
would also probably like this. Now, this is a nice bottle here, but why did I buy it? It has Hamilton at the bottom. It's got old bubbles in the glass. Nice old piece. Probably about $40 is my guess. I haven't really looked it up. What I'll have to do is take it to the booth, and I'll have to talk to some of the vendors because it's more about being local and old, so it's going to have a different value than what it would be like someplace in the U.S. because it's made locally. Hamilton is probably about 45 minutes to an hour from here. So I bought it. Has some bubbles in there and stuff. My only concern is it has a crack in the lid, which could put it down to about $25, but I got it in a haul. So it was a nice bottle. Needs to be cleaned out. The bottom's a little dirty, but I'll throw some vinegar in there. Just let it sit and kind of, eat away at the dirt or whatever's in there. But yeah.
Well,
nice
Scotty,
bottle.
were those bottles, were they had corks in the top when they were full or what? How did they?
I think this
I don't
one would
even
have
know.
been this one could have been a cork or a cap.
Cap, eh?
I think it would have been probably it's hard to say on this one. I think this one
Yeah.
would have been a cap. Like it looks like it would have been a cap.
I'm wondering, would the caps be worth anything?
Some caps are worth stuff. Like I mean, some old caps can be worth stuff. I don't know if they would get to 100, but I think they could probably get to about $30 and stuff for some old caps in good condition. Yeah, 100%.
I've never looked into caps, like old caps. Or you figure they'd be at garage sales at the bottom of a box somewhere, right?
So my guess right now is if it didn't have the crack, would be about $40.
Yeah.
So I will do an update. I'm going to ask a bottle guy at the thing, but I think $40 is a given. Just given, always a sign of old and valuable. Yeah, and there's lots of bubbles in there, so you can see the bubbles. Can you see the bubbles there, Chris?
Yeah, I see them. Yeah.
And there's lots of bubbles.
And that's what the Oksana is asking. Bubbles are money, right?
Yeah, and I don't think this crack is too bad, although it's not perfection. So it'll, but $25 with the crack, or it still could be $30-$40. Like
What? Sorry, maybe I missed it. What's it say on the bottle? What does it say on there? Is it a soda company or what? What is it?
It says Crystal Waters.
Okay, water bottle.
J.W. Sutherland Chemist. And it actually has like a symbol. And I haven't looked it up. I got it because it's old. It's got a nice little tinge to it of like blue. And I know it has value, and I bundled it up. So I didn't really look it up at all. I don't have to look this up. We have a bottle guy there. He knows every single bottle in the world, and he'll know what this is. So but if you can see the embossed, it looks like
real cool. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it looks like scales on
it's like a scale.
But what gets me on this one is Hamilton. So
now, question for you.
Yep.
What about vintage old glass seltzer bottles? I know they're collectible.
They are all over the board. I have a few, and it's all about the name. It's all about the company, the town, the age. Some have Bakelite tops, some have, metal tops, and there's a whole. It's like bottles. Like I'm not a bottle guy. I'm not a bottle collector. I just recognize something that somebody would buy.
Yeah.
And I throw that net out. I bring a bunch of stuff in. This was part of that. This was part of that. You know what I mean? I know it has value, and my guess is around $40 if it wasn't cracked. I'm going to say 25 because of the crack. But I'm going to take it to the bottle guy and I'll get it. He'll know.
I mean, I watched a real cool YouTube documentary on a family business that's been around like from the 40s, maybe earlier. And they supply the certain part of New York City with seltzer, like actual seltzer in the bottles, the original bottles, and they recycle them and they're in the wooden cases and they log it in. And most of these places are higher end nightclubs and bars, all for appeal. People, the bartenders using them. And real cool. Like some of the bottles they have, buddy, are really, really amazing.
Yeah.
If I ever find one, I'm going to collect a couple for myself. I think I like them.
Yep.
Harry's saying caps. If it's old, it's gold.
Yeah, I would say that this is a cap. Okay. Because because of this. Like, this is why I would guess it's a cap, because of the edge. Yeah. If it's a cork, it shouldn't have that edge on it.
I hear you.
That's my understanding. Harry would probably be able to confirm that. And Harry and Adam's in the house too. What do you think of this, Harry? Little 100 squirrel tail plane.
Oh,
Adam's
there's a
in the house. Yep.
People threw them away.
Old glass. Yep.
War Team milk bottles. Check them out. They're worth some cash. I have one right here now at $50 right off the bat with a bid. Good for you, Harry.
Very good, Harry. Hello, shipping. Saying to Adam.
To Adam, yeah. Wow. $1,400 and you would have recycled
it. What can you describe the jar? Did it have a beaver on it? Was it amber, or was it something completely different? I'd be interested to know, Carl.
Okay, let me get rid of that one and put that one up. Okay. Okay, so Scotty, I'm going to go to my second one here while we're waiting for comments. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so I've got two of these. This is the first one. The second one's a lot nicer. So this is Northern Electric, Scotty.
Yep.
Now I don't know if this one, like, I know this is black. I don't know if this was originally black. You can see how there's wear on the side. And unfortunately, this one here is missing the crank. Now, they call these Northern Electric crank wall phones Kellogg. Kellogg's the term they use for these, I guess. And I think the ones before this were the ones where you spoke in, like you held the thing on your ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think this was the next generation after that.
Cool.
So, very, very cool. I think I'm going to get around, because I think it's been painted. I got it on for $79.99. Scotty, what do you think?
Let me see if somebody in the antique place, or they'll know right at the desk. I'll find out if someone has a crank for sale.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I'm missing the crank, and then you'll see the other one is a lot nicer. Yeah, it's got the wood stain. It says Northern Electric here. This one says it on the handle, which is kind of cool.
Now, does the crank act like a key where it locks in and out, or is it broken off?
No, it's taken out. It's like it goes in and out.
It's like a wind-up clock.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right, exactly. And that's easy. There should be many of those.
So I should get 69 to 79 for this one, I think, for a collectible piece, or even for a movie prop or whatever, right?
So you said that's painted. So should it be like a wood?
Yeah, I think it was painted. Somebody painted it.
So it should be like a wood with a finish.
Yeah, and I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you once we're out here. I got the second one's a lot nicer. And I think that one I'm going to get a little more money from, because it's got the patina. It's got all the label, like the logo's burnt into the wood. You'll see what I mean when I show you that one.
Okay.
But that's the second one from that find. And I'm going to save the last two, because the last two were items I picked up I wasn't anticipating to pick up, but they're the most valuable out of everything almost, which is kind of funny.
I was screaming at you in the camera when I saw you. Stuff was like, I go, he better get it to the one. And I'll tell you why. And it's just silliness how I know. But anyway.
We'll talk about it when I pull it up. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we here? Milk Bar, hello, shipping.
I think it's Carl. It was a Nova Scotia jar.
Yeah, there you go. Nova Scotia jar.
So I'll look it up, Carl, because I'm interested. I'm going to start kind of learning my bottles a little bit. It'll take time, but I see a lot of them out there, and I just don't want to not see something of value. You know what I mean? So I'm going to start learning that. But I get into a lot of old basements, and there's always canning jars, always. Yeah.
So we're about an hour in, guys. Whoever's in the room, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button if you can. I really appreciate it. It helps push this out to other resellers. If you can do that for me, I really, really appreciate it. Looked like a jam jar to me. Laugh out loud. War theme. Sorry about that.
I think he said war or something else previously. Okay. War team. So he meant theme.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hold on. So there's a question for you, Harry. Oh, he already answered. Sorry, I just saw that. It's about the name. David, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Thank you for coming in.
Good to see you, Dave. Thank you. But I'm going to kind of step over here.
Yeah,
and just say, honestly, Debbie, the clear ones for me are harder to sell than the colored ones. But Harry is absolutely the expert on insulators for 100%. And actually, Harry's going to be on my show Sunday. Really looking forward to that show. And I'm going to ask Harry those questions. We'll dig into insulators.
Bring some insulator questions for Harry.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You can talk to Harry on that as well. Perfect. I wished I had half of Harry's knowledge on insulators, because I just buy them in bulk and throw a price, and hopefully they sell. So.
Scott, especially canned or fruit jars. You know what? He's right, because back in the 30s and 40s, Scotty.
Yeah.
They were canning and jarring jams and tomatoes and pickles and onions back then, right? Because they were at farms and they would harvest what they had and they needed for the winter.
But that means that there's a lot. So it's the rarer ones is the ones that bring the value, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what would you think? Like maybe ones on the East Coast in smaller communities, or what? Because somebody locally had to make the jars, right?
Yeah. So Nova Scotia, maybe that was an older company, and I'm only guessing. Or later 1800s. Maybe it wasn't around very long. And then they started importing them maybe from Toronto or something. So that is a very rare jar from a rare company, and it has Nova Scotia on it, and people might collect them from provinces. I'm just guessing. That could be an issue. So that makes it rare. I know beaver jars.
Yeah.
And I've said this before.
Yeah, you
told me that. Right, it's worth $80. If it's facing left, it goes up to about $500. And if it's amber with a beaver, it could be over $1,000. So it's just the rarity, I guess. So.
Money. I can see Harry saying that. Money.
So, it's a gem quart. I come across gem quartz, so it must have Nova Scotia on it.
So what's a gem quart, Scotty? Sorry.
It'll have gem on it. It's embossed.
It just says gem on it?
Yeah. It's embossed kind of on a slant, and it's like in writing. Says gem. So maybe it's Nova Scotia on the bottom. I'll have to check, because that could be interesting. Probably mine's nothing.
1800s.
Even some gem core jars can have a $20, $30 value just because it's not 500. If you find it on the side of the road or pick it up, like it could have a 20, 30, $40 value, which is good.
Oh, Harry's ready for Sunday. 2 drink minimum, Harry, Sunday night.
Awesome, Harry. I'm gonna put up the thumbnail tonight. It went for 2,300.
Oh, wow, send the link. Yeah, send it.
Hey, Sherry's in the house. Good to see you.
Sherry. How are you, Sherry? Welcome.
2,300. I got to check that out for sure.
Okay, Scotty, show and tell. Second hour, your second part of the show. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm going to continue with this estate sale that just keeps on giving.
I love it. Hold on, let me blow you up here. How's that? There you go. We can see a nice.
So I got a nice. Whoa, almost lost it there. Nice cream and sugar with a spoon, glass spoon.
Camera girl, one would like that.
Yep. And I'm going to estimate $45 is what I should get. So, and I'm going to use that sky blue term. I don't know if you can really see it there too much.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah.
So, nice hobnail. I'm assuming this could be considered a Vaseline glass, even though it's not yellow. I associate a lot of Vaseline glass with yellow, but the hobnail. So there, and then this is kind of nice, and there's no chips, cracks, or anything on them. They're very, very good shape. For the spoon, and here's a nice little glass spoon that went with it for the sugar.
Oh, it's in good shape, eh, Scotty?
Great shape, yep. So it doesn't say Fenton, but I'm going to assume it's probably Fenton. I don't know, but
there's no markings at all.
No. Well, some of them would come with maybe a sticker. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So there's no name on them. But yeah, so these were pretty good little finds in that haul with the bottle and the plane. So
very, very, very cool.
Yeah, we did 2 loads of stuff. 2 loads. Now furniture was in the 1 load, so it took a little bit in the back of the truck.
Are you running out of room, dude? Because I know you don't have the barn anymore.
I know.
Okay, so it's starting to scare me when you're talking about all these hauls, and I know.
I know.
You'll get rid of it.
Well, as soon as the store opens back up.
Yeah. Oh, Harry's on call. No problem, Harry.
Oh, he'll do waters on Sunday.
I'll have one for you, Harry. A few people in the room will. Yeah. See you, Harry. Good night. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Harry, the last item I'm going to show is for you, buddy. It's for you. So make sure you do your rewatch.
Yeah.
For the weather vane.
Yeah. Do you have a weather vane for Sherry or something?
Or for the oh my God, the lightning rod.
Yeah, the lightning rod. That's what it was.
Yeah. Because what happened was we went last week, I think it was, and we videotaped it, and then I edited my video and I deleted the video. So all the measurements were in the video. So this week we went and we got them and we wrote them down. So Steph's got them right now.
Yeah, I hear her in the back. Steph is the one that's on.
She looks after me.
She looks after all the business part of it.
Yeah.
So you'll get your information, Sherry, for sure.
The lightning rod, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we do have the measurements, and we'll get them to you right after this. I'll email them to you for sure.
Okay. So there we go. This is what.
But I do apologize. We recorded it on video, and I deleted the video after I edited the video, and I forgot. So I'm an idiot. But
do you want the measurements?
Yeah, I'll email them to her.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So here, look how nice this one is, Scotty.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Okay, so this one is so clean. It's got see the crank?
You have a pen?
Yep.
You see the crank?
Yep. Absolutely.
And Yeah, this one has right here embossed, like in the you can see the wood grain. I have better pictures, but I just wanted to show you this one. But again, Northern Electric, it's in the handle. This one here I have for a little bit more money. I like this one a lot. This is a real nice one for somebody to collect and hang in their,
But not only that, Chris, they're probably still. Well, I guess the dialing aspect you could modify, but you could probably still use them.
probably. I haven't opened the guts up.
Right.
Like when I got them, it's like one of your finds. They've been in a garage. They're moldy. A few mouse droppings in the bottom of the box.
I love it.
I laid them out in on my back table in my backyard, and I just soaked them with spray nine, right, just to kill any germs. Wiped them down about 5 or 6 times, and look how nice this one came out with the wood.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
So this is one of my favorite ones. Like the first one's my favorite. The 43A Space Saver. I like this one too. Camera Girl once says we're going to keep this one and put it in the house because our house is of 1850, right? It'd look great in the house.
Steph, can you hear me? Can you bring the oil stuff for the wood? I'll show you what to do to put on that to make it really shine. Okay. We put it on furniture, and it was a tip given to us by another vendor that does a lot of furniture. So
yeah, so this is one of my. So I did really well for 140 so far.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Sherry's saying thank you to you, Scotty.
No problem, Sherry. I do apologize for the mix-up with the last week, though.
So I'm just going to go here, take this one down, and then once you show me that stuff, and we got people steady in the room. You want to keep it. We want to show something. Oh, okay. Let's show this. Yeah, I'll blow you up here, Scotty. I want to see this. Camera Girl 1, you want to see this? This is the stuff we have to find.
Now you can get it
at Home Hardware.
At Home Hardware, but you can get it clear, or you can get it to darken the wood to make it natural color. There's all sorts of different kinds, but
there's 4 different kinds in total.
4 different kinds in total, Steph say.
So can you use this interior, exterior, or is it just interior? Do you know?
Well, sorry, can you use it?
An old, what I'm saying. Like you go. Sometimes you can get some really nice old wooden exterior tables.
Yeah,
patio tables that are like aged. Yeah. I'm wondering if you can put that on there and maybe like a clear coat on top to protect it.
I would imagine. I think you should let it dry though, because it goes on wet, so it soaks into the wood.
And I see it's solvent based. It's solvent based, right? Oil based or whatever. I see the flames on it. It's not water based.
Okay, I will 100% tell you. You know who does this is Steph.
Hey,
Steph does it.
Oh, Steph does all that. Okay.
Yeah. So it is flammable.
Yeah.
Is it water based or oil based?
No, it's oil based. It's solvent based.
Oil. Yeah. It's oily.
Yeah.
But what it does is it brings out, like, if the wood is really, really dry, we put this on it and it almost brings it back to life. Like it really, it really works well.
Right? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. We put it on old crates. We put it on tables. We put it on just about everything. So,
we're gonna have to look it up. I have to get a couple.
Yeah. I think what are they? Like $15 a can or 12.
Yeah. It probably goes a long way too.
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's what we put on the.
Interesting. That'd be, that'd be great to put on that phone.
Yeah, it would totally. I used to use Pledge all the time, and one of the vendors said, "No, this is better," and we tried it, and we really like it. So
good.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, your turn. 120 in. What do you got for us?
This is I like a little electronic stuff.
Very cool.
I'm going to do a bit more research, but I'm just doing a basic research on this guy. This is Pac-Man. Totally works. You heard that?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
So it works. Everything's in there. A little annoying, kind of, but anyway, a little loud. It's quite loud. But it's a nice electronic game. From what I see, a reasonable, respectable sale price is around $50, between 40 $45, $50. So this was again from that estate sale. So we went there, and I started looking this up later on, and this is after, but there's a Puckman, or sorry, Puckman.
Like Puck, right? Like
Yeah.
puck, like hockey puck?
Yeah, like Puckman, but it looks exactly like this. So I think it might be
Knockoff or something?
like a knockoff. And those go for over $100, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, over $100. And I saw one with a box, and it was like $280 or something. And that's selling price on eBay. So this one, unfortunately, is Pac-Man, which you would think was the better of the two. But
Well, I think I've got a customer for you. Right there.
so much as a kid. Oh, there you go, Carl.
It's sold. There you go. So Carl, transfer the money to Scotty, and I'll ship it out to you tomorrow.
Did I say 40? I meant like 240. Sorry, Carl. I was way off.
Oh, that's fun.
But I'll give it to you for 200. How's that sound? I'm just kidding, bud. You know that, Carl.
I just won a max bid auction for 17 for some sealed tapes hidden in a box. I'm that desperate. Oh, buddy, I know how you feel. Trust me. Scotty and I were talking about it before we went on the air. It's getting desperate. So we'll get there. Things will open up. Okay, so let me get back out here, and I gotta. Oh no, I can't do that. I gotta do this. I gotta do a different way here, and I gotta save. Oh, I'm gonna save the last two. Your favorite one. All right. So let's do this now. This one is very interesting, Scotty.
You're not. I can't see you.
No, hold on. I'm pulling it up. I haven't got there yet. I'm pulling it up now. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yes.
so this one here, when you see the video, this is the last one of the items off to the right. This is a Northern Telecom, 1994, I think it is. This is an in-wall flush mount elevator telephone, brand new. Brand spanking new. Now, prices are all over the place because this is new. The hardware's in the yellow envelope you see there. I got the manual and everything. These elevators are still in service.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
Okay. So a person that repairs, I guess, elevators or whatever, is always looking for parts on eBay. I put a price of $169.99 on this. And I think I got right now 2 or 3 watchers. No offers yet. So this is, I guess you want to call it vintage. It's definitely not old, but brand new in the box. Somebody that's as an elevator repair guy, or he's looking for parts and he can't get parts anymore, or maybe this is $390 brand new US, Scotty. I don't know. New old stock.
Yeah.
But this was one of the 5 phones for $140. Not bad. Not bad at all. A little bit different, but not bad.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Tom's reaching out to resellers. Belleville, there's a pick, guys, if you want it. Anybody that wants to get free product, talk to Tom right down below. Wait, I got 2 more that are even better than that one, Carl. And I'm going to save the one that Scotty likes for last. Because he's going to talk about it, and I know he will.
A little bit. I'm not an expert on it, but I have a bit of a story, I guess, on those.
Yeah, that's what we like. We like the stories, buddy. We like the stories. Okay, Scotty, you're next. There were a minute.
Right. This is the one I wish Harry was here.
Okay, show me. Is this your last one now, or what?
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best one. I thought we were doing 5. I could
That's okay.
more if we had to, but
I'll do 2 in a row. It's okay.
well, I could show another one actually. I got something that's
Okay.
interesting too.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Nice Coleman, 1973.
Well, look,
Stamp
it's in
on the
good
ball.
shape, eh?
It's a great shape because it was in the box.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Harry loves these. And this is about $125.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, Sky. Let me get rid of that. There we go. I can see you now.
In this condition, about
Yep.
$125. Harry might say it's worth more, and if it is, that's great. Now I'm talking Canadian dollars, so
Like, there's no rust or anything on there, eh?
no, nothing. It's clear bottom. I don't want it to fall off.
I'm sorry, I'm going to blow you up. I kind of messed up there on. There you go. You can see
A
it
little
better.
bit of dirt on it, but I mean,
It's got the little. What do you call those little socks that you put on the igniter there?
Yeah, it actually has a bunch of replacement ones too.
What are they called? Socks? I can't remember. What's the term?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you right now. Silk light mantles, I guess.
Yeah, mantles. That's what they're called. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So in the box, maybe it's worth a little bit more just because of how good a shape it's in. It's almost like brand new. I don't even know if it's been used.
I bet you somebody bought it, was going to go camping with it, tested it, and put it away.
Yeah.
Do you smell fuel in the tank?
Nope. No, I don't want to get too much.
Yeah,
but I don't,
you don't open it up, but if you probably would know if it was there fuel in there at one time. But I bet you it's brand new.
it looks brand new. So, yeah, who knows?
Very, very cool, dude. I like that a lot. Okay, let's catch up. No, that's the last comment. Unless I'm behind on, or StreamYard is behind.
Actually, I will show one more item after yours because.
Okay, well, we'll do this then. I'm going to go in. Let me go in here. Okay, so if you notice in the video that I went out to get $20 to buy the thing that Scotty likes. That he was yelling at the TV, don't you leave without buying that.
Yes.
Okay. So if you notice in the video, I came back with the $20 to pay him. And this was off screen because I walked out of the truck and he paid me. And then he handed me this. And this is a G scale Pinko. And you see the arrow, the yellow arrow pointing to the liquor store, Scotty?
Yep.
So that is the liquor store version of this. This is in mint condition. It's been assembled but taken apart.
Okay.
He gave me this for free. Sold comps on this in the same condition, open box, just under $100.
Nice.
So I got it for $89.99, and I've got 2 or 3 guys watching it right now. But I know he has more of these in his workshop. So I'm going to contact him, and if he can pull them all up, I'll buy them all off of him. Because these sell. Like you even told me, trains, the buildings, the figures, they all sell.
Yeah, the accessories sell better than the trains.
Yeah.
Yes. That's my experience.
Yeah. So that's why when he handed me that, I went, oh, this is pretty cool. I'll take it for free. So very, very cool find, I think. Or pickup. There's Tom saying they're a bitch to light, Scotty.
I'm not going to light it. I'm going to sell it.
Yeah. Carl said to Tom, scared the shit out of himself.
Yeah, I've lit them and gone camping. Oh, God, I was probably like 19, 20 and stuff. Yeah. So that would have been like late 80s. And I've lit these things before. I didn't have a problem lighting them. And the light that comes off them is
amazing. Oh, they were great lanterns. Absolutely. I would have left the Pico behind, especially right now after going through my train buys, and they are valueless. So that's Scotty told this guy, Carl. This guy had all kinds for $400. I turned it down.
Yeah,
there was no value for me. Maybe $200. Sell a couple of locomotives, make my money back, and then make a couple of hundred. That would have been fine. But yeah,
Carl lit it. Not a boy.
Poof.
Carl, where's your hair? What?
Okay, so we're almost an hour and a half, Scotty. What do you got last there? And then I'll show you your
All
favorite.
right.
Let's
This
go.
one I have to stand up for.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna get Scotty
First of all,
blown
game
up
with-
here, guys.
came with 2 games.
Uh-oh, I like this sound already. Uh-oh, is this the auction thing you got the other day?
Yep.
Ah,
So those are the 2 games that comes. These are about $30-$35. They're not really tremendous games, I guess. I wouldn't know.
I
And
know
this
what
thing
this
is dirty.
is.
Needs to be cleaned. But it's actually in good shape other than the dust. There's the controller. The controller I unplugged.
Yep.
There it is.
Does it work?
I'm going to tell you in a second, buddy.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah,
So
I
you can
always
see it.
wanted one of those.
Yep. It's dirty. But here's the scoop. So this is worth it just for the parts based on what I paid.
Okay.
It works as far as sound and play mobility, but the screen doesn't light up. So I have a guy that I'm going to take it to. He lives in Port Dover. It's 5 minutes from here. Does the radios. He's been doing electronics from the 60s. He's retired. He does this as a hobby. So he does it cheap. Like, he's very inexpensive. He just does it for something to do. So hopefully it's only going to need like a tube or something.
That's
And
what I was going to say. Yeah.
I have tons of tubes in box, and I'm hoping that they work. If not, maybe I'll have to pay $100 for a tube, but then it's working and it's a double my money or more. Like, I mean, I've seen these things for sale, $1,600, $2,000 online.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but if I got $800, $900, I'd be very happy.
That was a very unique and rare system, Scotty.
And you
At
can
one
hear
time.
it. You can hear it playing when you plug these in. It's completely playable.
Just no picture.
Just no picture.
Is there a auxiliary out on it too to plug it into a TV at the back? Did you ever check?
I didn't look.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you
You could bypass the screen and bring it to the TV.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There is a contrast button. We played with that to get it. I was hoping it was just something simple. I don't see that, Chris, here.
No, okay.
No. But yeah, so
Very cool.
yeah, I think it was something I was happy I took the chance on, but it almost got to my max. I was going to go on it, and I ended up winning.
And was the listing untested? They said that on the you don't even know.
For the most part, they usually are.
Yeah.
They don't say anything on it. I was a little concerned because I figured they would have plugged it in, and if it worked, they would have said working. You know what I mean? Just to kind of build up more thing, but you just never know with some of these auctions, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about pushing it out the door and going to the next auction right now. So I took a chance. I went to them. If it didn't work and it was just parts, I would have broke even or maybe even made 50 or $100 on it. Right.
Yeah.
That was my mindset. So I wasn't going to go beyond what I could sell it for broken.
Okay, before we show the last item of the night. Oh, Thrift, how are you?
Thrift's in the house. I like the next comment from Thrift.
I heard games. He probably walked in when he said games.
I got games. Did he see it? Did you see it, Thrift?
Yeah, he was in the room. Yeah, he was in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the room. Hey, Carl.
Adam. Okay, bud. I might hit you up on that.
Need them. Yeah.
I've got tons of tubes and they're all different sizes, so hopefully they work. Hopefully.
Huge arcade games. Yep.
Well, yeah, I got this guy. He's going to look after all my radios and stuff. I've already talked to him about it. I got to just take them there. And this will be there too.
Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can pull this one up. So we got rid of that. We're going to do this. So now, this one here, let me get out of here. This is Scotty's favorite thing I picked up. Okay, going to go here. And here we go. You see it, Scotty?
Yep.
So if you guys watch the video, he's trying to push this onto me, kind of. And I kind of faded in and out of the conversation. There was conversation the whole time I was in his garage. And when I looked it up, this was like model number 495L. When I looked it up, it was 495 without the L. And it looked the same, but this is a totally different model. And it was selling out of the box for like 60, 70 bucks. And I showed him, you see that in the video, I showed him on the phone, Scotty. I don't know if you saw that in the video. And then he goes, get lost, 50 bucks. Okay, I'll give me 25. I said, no, I'll give you 10. And then I kind of blew him off and I said, okay, I'll just pick this up for now. And then I looked at that silver, he thought, which was silver. You saw that, right, Scotty?
Yeah.
I took my loop out and there's no silver. It's just flatware, whatever. So then when I came back, I said, before I went to get the 20 bucks, I said to him, I'll give you 20 for it off camera. He goes, yeah, okay. So when I went back in the truck, I looked it up. This thing sells for $190. Like this is brand new, open box. So this is one of the best items I got. Going back to what you said, I was intentionally going there to get 5 vintage phones, and this here is the big score.
Well, first thing I said to Steph, I said, that's probably worth about 150. And then you looked it up and said it was 50. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I'm like, wow. And then you ended up getting it. But so that's awesome.
I looked up the wrong model. That's what happened. But this thing, look at it, it's still got the plastic here. It's got everything.
So him being a Bell guy makes sense because you know what these are for?
Testing lines.
Well, repairing lines.
Yeah.
So they'd be you can listen to phone calls and everything. Like you can go to those little boxes on the side of the road, you plug it into the 2 things, and you can sit there and listen. You can make phone calls if the line's not in use.
Yeah.
Phone call. Oh yeah. I did a placement with Bell Canada in grade 12. So that was like, I don't know, 87, 88, something like that. Anyway, maybe 89. I don't know. Something
and
like
you use those?
Well, that's a newer one. We used a greener. It was green and it looked almost more like a phone. I think it had a black cap underneath, but it was the exact same thing. It had the keypad on it and everything. It was all one unit. It's a hell and unit. That's like a newer one.
It's very cool. Very cool. And they sell on eBay. People buy these things. I don't know if maybe they're tapping into phones. I don't know what they're doing with it.
You could actually take the cover. I don't care if I'm saying something wrong or not. You can actually take the cover off one of those little Bell boxes. You could hook that up in 2 things, and you can make phone calls on that.
And
100%.
listen to people.
Yeah, because there's a current that goes through. It's 9 volts that goes through your phone lines. So there's a constant current. That's why people like those rotary phones, because if the hydro goes out, you can still
it works. Dial. You can still dial.
You can still dial. But if the hydro goes out, sometimes those. I don't know. That's why they say they buy them. But anyways, so what you can do is take those, and it's just two wires, and you just connect it on the screws, and it works. You got power, you got phone.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the find. That was from 2 picks, from the PlayStation 3 to that, from 1 lead that I found. Not bad for being locked at home. Right.
And sometimes they'll be up on those poles and they can, I don't know, you'll see them do that on TV sometimes too, actually. But it's,
Somebody's going to buy it. Some creep that's going to be.
How much you want for it? What?
150 cash. It's yours, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to see that radio guy too. Adam?
Yeah. Adam knows who I'm talking about for the radio guy.
Oops. He goes, oops.
Oops.
I've done that many times.
Goes in the wrong.
Easy to ship. You got free CDs today.
Nice.
What's this? 7774. Is that some sort of code? UPC code he wants us to look up? Are we missing something here up top?
Um,
I'm just looking. Oops. I have some
Scan-
tubes. No.
I think he's scanning. Oh, I know. He's watching eBay on his computer and he's watching us, or he's
Oh.
scanning CDs. So he's got a little scanner like this where you can
Handheld
scan
scanner. Yeah.
and it came up here. You press enter.
Oh,
Okay,
I got it.
Yeah.
Carl laughing. To make free phone calls.
Yep.
There are people that still have landlines, believe it or not, Carl. There's a lot of people still.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. All right, Scotty. Well, that's pretty. We're almost 2 hours.
Nice.
We've caught up, and you want to add anything before we sign off tonight?
No, we got Harry coming on Sunday.
Yep.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's over at Antiques and Profits. I got a couple videos of some picks. I'm going to go on a pick, thanks to you and Tom, on Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. I think just get through this next week or two and get the lockdown behind us and move on.
Yeah, we got long weekend coming up. Fireworks and barbecue and whatever we can do.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But pretty much that's it, guys. And I want to thank you all for joining in again, like always. If you missed the first part, I recommend you go back and see the beginning of the live feed. And hope you learned a little bit today about two sides, antiques, and a bunch of phones. Well, they're all actually everything was an antique tonight, Scotty.
Yeah,
pretty much, right?
Yeah,
So,
vintage or antiques for sure.
Yeah, so we learned a little bit back and forth, and I hope you guys learned a little bit. And when we get out of this in 2 weeks, I promise you I will get back on the road. Scotty's thrift antique booth is going to be open, and we'll have all kinds of footage for you guys on stuff we're buying and selling. And that's what we love to show you on Wednesdays. So, All right, Scotty, that's it.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. Awesome. I love doing this. Wednesday and Sundays I look forward to it so much. So,
and we'll see you guys on Scotty's channel on Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern. Until then, guys, Chris from Chris's Treasure Chest and
Scott from Antiques and Profits.
We'll see you later, guys. Stay safe.